Get your dang dirty hands off my spacesuit. I didn't fall to Earth just to be your loot. I'm more evolved than you'll ever be. I'm the primest primate that you'll ever see. I got more dubs than your average sweat. Put me in the Luke and you won't ever regret. Don't call me Harry, call me Space Jam. Space Jam. Don't call me Harry, call me Space Jam. Space Jam. Well, I'm into space and I seem to fall. Ain't nothing in this world don't surprise me at all. Go on, put me in the squad, I won't be stopped. I'm the king of the match, you better watch where I drop. Well, get your dang dirty hands off my spacesuit. I didn't fall to Earth just to be your loot. We'll get your, we'll get your, we'll get your. We'll get your dang dirty hands off. We'll get your we'll get your.
Testing volume. Testing volume. Hello and welcome to Fortnite, and today we have a special episode. I have done news and politics in this channel before, but today will be the second politics central episode. And the reason we are doing this is because here in Texas, my rights and the rights of millions of Texans are under assail by a party I've always known since I was a kid is corrupt, but as of recently has just gone down the path of being an evil function. We'll get into that. Today we are not running a skin series, that will be a distraction. We'll just be playing and talking. Go through the past of what I saw this party go and do when I grew up, how it affects us, how my own history and how it affects this decision the House of Representatives in Texas have come to today, and just the overwhelming fact that what they've become needs to be stopped. They need to go. They're gone. They're no longer American. They're just some far-reaching cult of evil people. That's all they are anymore. There's not any drop of good left in them. But first, we will head into games so y'all can watch the gameplay. We're not just sitting here on the menu. If y'all haven't seen, I guess a little good news today. And sorry if I sound a little wobbly, because that news was not something I woke up good to, and I'll tell you the news here in a minute. This news is good right here. There's Stars team is out. There's even the video. We'll show you the video here in a minute before we start. But we have Chris. We have Chris RE7 style. So this is Chris as he was seen pretty much in most of the video games, except for on like RE5 and 6 he was comically large, and this is a little more realistic. I can't choose to look between the two because I own them. But his second form is his RE7 style, the way he looks when he's with Ethan. That said, he looks a little chunkier in this one. They like got rid of his neck. I don't remember him looking that chunky in RE6. He comes with the herbs. The herb is a healing plant in Resident Evil. Green, red, and blue. One of them heals, one of them heals poison, and I honestly don't remember what the other one does. But you mix them together, do different things into antidotes, and tonics, and what. It comes with Jill, the other main character of Resident Evil 1, technically, and one of the leads of all the Resident Evil series. She has her Stars outfit from the original game, and then she also has her new RE2 remake outfit, which is actually pretty cool looking. She comes with the typewriter. The typewriter is an essential tool in all the early Resident Evil games, and in my choice, the worst save point feature of a video game ever, because you actually had limited save points depending on whether or not you could find ribbons of ink, and that was like the worst thing ever for a save point. I remember how annoying and worrisome that was. If you get this package, you get this background, which makes Chris look a little funny, by the way. I don't know, watch with Chris's face right there, or neck, or whatever. But it's very comic book style. It's cute. You can see they're fighting off some zombie Midas, the zombie Tomato Head. I don't know. I see Chaos Agent, zombified the bear. I know Pedal Team, the pirate who technically is already a zombie. Fish sticks on this side. I can't tell who that is. That might be Jonesy on the right. And then someone over here right in our face with some really thick claws. So that might be one of the vampires. Which, can you zombify the vampire? Does it even make sense? And then separate, unfortunately, that cost like 2,000. What was it? Oh, sorry, 3. I thought it was 2,000. Yeah, there it is. 2,100 V-Bucks, not 3,000. 2,100 V-Bucks for the group, and then separate. This one was like, yeah, this one was technically 1,300. You get a hot knife. Now, I'm not familiar with this hot knife. You can see the umbrella symbol on it, by the way, but it's not something I'm familiar with. Now, Chris is a knife user. Chris has always been a knife user. So I gave him the hot knife, but I'm not familiar with hot knife. Stun rod, basically a stun gun. Again, I guess I haven't played all of the older Resident Evils. I played some of the really old ones, and I played the new ones. I don't recognize the stun rod either, but it's a standard issue of self-defense developed anti-bioweapon knife. I guess heat does destroy most of the bioweapons. A bioweapon in Resident Evil is the mutants created by viruses or plagues or any kind of experimentation, usually having to do with a disease umbrella. And then it gives you this, which is a weird emote. It's an umbrella you're twirling, but it's the umbrella symbol umbrella. A while ago, some skin medical company actually had that umbrella as their symbol on accident because they're foreign and they were not familiar with the Resident Evil series. And everybody had to laugh at it. Okay, we need to go to the news. This is not the news. Oh, here's the news. Here we go. We watch this before we go in. And we're going to keep this song on so I can talk on the menu when we get to the menu, and I'm not overridden by a horse or a monkey singing like crazy people. And also, we'll do quests. We need to get to... Oh, we don't actually have a person on the quest today. That's weird. Destroy, eliminate, complete quest. Oh, Dusk. Maybe I'm just blind. We'll go see Dusk first. I know where she is, but we'll go ahead and mark her just in case she's moved. I apparently don't know where she is here. There she is. So, I guess a little intro on my backstory. All of y'all who've watched and everybody who's close to me knows I'm bisexual. I like guys. If you're wondering if I lean one way or the other, I'm pretty much down the middle. I've known I've liked guys sort of romantically since I was little. I understood what bisexuality was since middle school. At the time, I kept it semi-quiet. I had a family member who wasn't quite acceptive of homosexuality. And so I kept it quiet, mostly into high school, and not a lot of people knew. I came out to my best friend first, who lived next door to me, and he's pretty accepting of it other than some, light-hearted, friendly ribbing. He's a cool dude, and thank you, Norbert, for being cool about that. And your brother, Sugi, you two are cool. And then that encouraged me to become more out. I came more out through the ends of high school and through the beginnings of college. I just let people know. But I always edged around that one guy in my family who wasn't too acceptive about it. Because anytime he figured out, sometimes I would write our Texas representatives about the harm they're doing to homosexuals by being anti-gay like they are. Because this is something we've had to deal with forever. And, we get, replies saying, it's not godly, it's something representative, you're not supposed to be freaking Christian out there. Until 2003, which is my graduation year, homosexuality in Texas was illegal. We're talking that if you were caught having gay relations with a guy, if someone turned you in, the cops had the right to arrest you, charge you, and throw you in jail. Dusk is down here. Hopefully no one else is heading to Dusk because she's kind of in the middle of nowhere. She does have a treasure chest right next to her, but I have to get out whoever goes after. So yeah, for the longest while I knew I was, and as a teenager we may have done things, but let's face it, everybody's doing those things. It wasn't quite sanctioned by the law. Double D, I guess. Yeah, the spider's gross. That's squishy sounds. In 2003, two guys were, turned into the cops, arrested for... Oh no, that's not what I want. Did I just level up for accepting a quest? How much does accepting a quest give you on star on XP? Weird. Okay, what does she want us to do? Ring and doorbell 12 breaks. We are not close to any doorbells, but the closest would probably be retail. I came to learn that the GOP were adamantly anti-LGBT. Now, back then there were a few pro, because they hadn't quite fallen over to the cultism they are today. But that was very few. Very few. Oh, there will be some of these lakes I can go over there. I could probably ring this one, actually. doorbell? She wants us to go damage the opponent 30 seconds to landing. Oh, that is something we'll have to do somewhere else. That is something we probably have to do inside a Battle Royale. Team Rumble, sorry. So we'll just play and talk. And I'm distracted by talking, so if it isn't the best play in the world, that is why. No, we're going to leave this as him. I feel like playing as him and not Venom today. Give him this handsome actor, I try. Look at his fame not being overridden by his second form. So yeah, during Obama's era, we finally got actual freedom, actual rights. Why did that hurt me? I think it was 2006. When was it? Is that really bad that I don't remember the exact date? Hold on, I'm going to minimize this. Hopefully you'll see your comments on screen because I'm going to minimize this. Just so much going on that I don't remember dates anymore. Where did he go? Damn. Anyway, I don't think I had any shields on. Okay, our next one will actually be done better in a Team Rumble. Was it 2015? Was it really that late? It was really that late. So in 2015, gay marriage became legal countrywide. It was a Supreme Court ruling. It became law of the land. It was supported by President Barack Obama. And that meant absolutely no one else could do anything. It became national law that gay marriage was legal and you had to recognize it. It was fought, of course, after the fact. We had I don't remember what they're called, but a lady who, the people who hand out the marriage certificates refused to hand out marriage certificates to gay couples. We've had a few of those. I actually have a short story based off of her based off her hate, South hate for us, called Cotton Eye Joe, which you can read in one of the dead ends. I recommend you go read my dead ends if you're pro-LGBT because there's lots of LGBT things in them, and there will be no vote coming up because I will support us till the end of time, and I will fight for our rights one way or the other. What is going on with the matchmaking? This is taking a while. I don't know if I should go out and come back in or what. Oh, there it goes. Anyway, time goes on and it quiets down. The right, realizing they've lost the war on gay marriage, turn to transphobia. They do this thing for a while where, especially in the South, even underneath Obama, they do this anti-trans bathroom orders. It's big in Texas and Florida. Transgendered have to fight to be recognized as the sex they are, not the sex these Republicans want them to be. And trans rights is pretty much not the focus of their religious bound hate. Their hate for people, who knows? Call it what you want, it's hate. It's nothing but hate, nothing anything ever, anything else but hate. That's what they are. That's what they become. That's what they allow themselves to fall to. Just hate. They're the new neo-Nazis. They're the new Confederacy. Call them what you want. There isn't anything good about it. So they focus a while on this, and then they get probably the worst president in the history of presidents, and he allows them to focus on them. He allows them to pass certain laws in areas. He allows these Republican soldiers that what do I need to do? I need to land and damage this, right? Okay. That want to upsert law for their own agendas. Rights to override actual federal law. Basically, all the worst you can think of them having the right to do, they can now do. And it's not something that our federals have been able to squash. Out of the way. The states are now too independent, too self-powerful, and they believe they don't need to be adhered to national law. We're on stream, by the way. But yeah, now they're full of themselves, and I think they have the right to override any law in the state of the land that they don't like. Just by saying, oh, we don't like it, it's not our law. That's it. There's some kind of weird anti-law revolution going on with these people, right? Endangering the actual people of the U.S. for the favor of some hate-filled minority. I guess the best way I can do this mission is to run it with the Uzi. Is there an actual damage amount, or is it just one? Oh, I can't see it here. Pretty sure I can do it though. Usually I can do the missions in here. You just need to land and find someone, and the mission should be done. Unfortunately, because I can't see it, I don't know how much I have to do of it. The heck of it, we'll do that. So anyway, this morning, all that's happened, right? That's the past. It's become this kind of stalemate between us and them. They get their Trump. The party falls far right. Like, they're not even. Some good Republicans have moved over to the DNC. It's infected them with conservative values, which are not the best things for the DNC to have. We get, for example, we have Cinema and Mention now, and those are not progressives. They're just... Okay, my shot's off. They're just bad people, but they're conservatives, just not... I can't tell if they're conservatives that aren't just far right, or if they are far right conservatives that came in here just to usurp any and all control progressives may have had over the House and or the Congress and stuff. Hard to tell. And if we were in a more hilly area, we could just lie and land. Guess we should head towards the circle. I don't know where I'm going. I was heading towards the troop. No change in the cube queen as far as I can tell, by the way. But as Trump's presidency one term unfolds and he pretty much allows the cult of the right to become the most powerful group ever and evangelists to get their way, that whole thing is insane. So today I wake up, and hold on, I'm going to pause here, and I will read to you what I saw today. This is posted by the Texas House of Representatives. The Texas House of Representatives are, of course, primarily GOP. The GOP have strong control in all of Texas because they pretty much cheated voting system like gerrymandering. And fully, completely, wholly have cheated us out of voting free voting rights. This is a good place to land, actually, so I can just do that a whole bunch. And eventually we'll land and shoot someone. Oh, wait, why does the cube... Oh, never mind. Where's everybody? Deaths over here, which is a good sign. I think I just need to damage somebody. Well, I can't see what I've done. That was the bounty? Coming in. Okay. Oh, we're losing our good spot. I honestly don't know if this is gonna work because I can't see the actual mission. I should have tried to follow it and see if that works. You can follow the missions on here. I didn't think of that. Anyway, let me read what I've seen. We're going to stop here for a minute. We're going to hide, and then I'm going to read what I got this morning. This is from the Texas State House of Representatives, October 19th, 2021, by the way. So this happened days ago, and they kind of hit it. It is from the dishonorable Kim Paxton. Kim Paxton, our Texas Attorney General, is just as terrible and evil as our governor. And to add on to that, he's actually a criminal who's hiding as the Texas Attorney General for the same reason Donald Trump was hiding as the president, because he doesn't want to be charged with his crimes. He's been federally charged. He's a federal criminal. He Texas AG to stop himself from going to jail or facing a fine, whatever white people in Texas do when they create crimes. So the unhonorable Kim Paxton, Attorney General, Office of the Attorney General, the worst office currently. Attention Opinions Committee, P.O. Box 12548, Austin, Texas 787112548. R.E. Weather Obergefell versus Hodges 576 U.S. 644215. requires private citizens to recognize homosexual marriage, with the law of Texas continues to define marriage exclusively as a union of one man and woman. What this indicates, right here, we're going to stop right there. What this indicates is they're trying to say that state law will override constitutional orders. Now, the definition of homosexual marriage as legal after that order is protected by an amendment. I want to say it's the 14th Amendment, but don't quote me on that. I do know it's an amendment. After those orders were taken, it is now federal law that our marriage, if we are gay and we have, or for that matter, transgender, and marry, is 100% legal. You don't have to like it, but just like you can't be fucking racist legal-wise, just like you can get in trouble for being racist, you have to recognize and accept homosexual marriage as real marriage. But these asshole Republicans think they can just override the new federal law because they're a bunch of asshole Republicans. That's basically it. And we'll go on from here. I just wanted to interject there and get a little more gameplay in. Oh, but are we, like, seriously one-sided? I can't see how many people are on each side. Okay, I can land on there, probably. Is there a person dancing behind him? Don't kill him, I need him. I'm pretty sure that mission should have been done. We'll go on there from there and read the rest of this. Apparently this is a letter to General Paxton, and there's no doubt he supports this. He's a bad person himself. Extremely bad, as I've mentioned. But this is the letter that came this morning. The Constitution and laws of Texas continue to define marriage as a union of one man and one woman. See Texas Constitution Art 132. Marriage in the state shall consist only of the union of one man and one woman. The state of political subdivision of the state may not create or recognize any legal status identical to singular marriage. Texas Family Code 6204B, a marriage between persons of the same sex civil union is contrary to public policy of this state and is void in the state. The state of Texas has not amended or repealed its marriage law in response to Obergefell versus Hodges, 576 U.S. 644 in 2015. And the Supreme Court has no power to amend formally or revoke a state statute or constitutional provision. Even after opinioning, the state laws violates the Supreme Court's interpretation of the Constitution. See Pigeon v. Turner, 538, SW 3D 73, 88 in 21, Texas 2017. Neither the Supreme Court in Obergefell nor Fifth Circuit in B. Leon struck down by any Texas law. When a court declares law constitution, the law remains in place unless until the body that's enacted it repeals it. Texas versus the United States 945 SB 33555 places. 396 Fifth Circuit 2019. The federal courts have no authority to erase duly enacted laws from statute books, but can only decline to enforce the statutes in a particular case of controversy. Citations and internal quotations mark limited. The federal judicial power extends only to the resolution of cases of controversy between litigants. The fact that the federal district court has enjoined state officials from enforcing Texas marriage laws in no way affects the existence or validity of those laws with regards to private parties, who are not even bound by the 14th Amendment, let alone the Supreme Court's purported interpretations. So basically what this says is that Texas has the right to usurp federal law country law and the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution if they enact a law that contradicts that law. What they're saying is Texas law overrides countrywide law, and due to that, they can come in and say, "Oh, gay marriage is no longer legal," because they want it to be that way. Let's see if that actually works, by the way, in the quest. Hold on. What's going on here? There we go. Put the solos, because I didn't work right through this solos. It did not. Ooh, we're going to the land and just hit someone with the big axe then. Ooh, I am hungry, guys. So yeah, this indicates that Texas thinks that it's superior and more legal than the rest of the US, but this also leads to a dangerous precedent, because this means that Texas, which has fallen corruptly to a minority of far-right politicians, so far right they don't lean right, they're digging into the ground to the hell of the right. People who are Christian only in name to get their way and to produce their evil, they have run of the state. They can run lawlessly with their own laws and override any laws to protect us that the country itself produces. This could indicate not just sexuality, but transgenderism. This could even usurp civil rights in a racial order. If Texas suddenly puts racist laws into effect, they will claim that this precedent allows them to override legal laws. This will also affect, it currently in the US DC area, they're trying to pass laws that protect our rights as US citizens for voting. Texas has become this anti-voting state. They don't want full voter rights. They don't want equal voter rights. They get it, the GOP is dead. They know that they're unpopular. They know that people don't like them. I'm gonna follow this guy down to get a big old glider we can follow. Okay, that worked. Deal pistol damage from above. Again, this would have been one that we could do in Team Rumble better, but it seems they're on and off with the Team Rumble stuff. So we've gone through what the major problem is and what it's going to do and what it's going to lead to and the issues it could lead to. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. How vile, how evil are Republicans? Now, I'm not just using that word for flavor. What they're doing these days can be counted as certified evil. Vileness for the sake of vile. Corruption for the sake of corrupt. It's all it is. When I was a kid, when I grew up, when I watched them through high school, yes, they were corrupt. I've realized this at an early age. But not just because they're anti-gay, because they were horribly pro-war. They were part of the war industry. I watched the first president I ever really watched was George W. Bush. Not president, governor, and then president. George W. Bush, who came into office as president and left as state governor, preaching and begging and praising a possible war with Iraq for no good reason. He wanted that war with Iraq. He wanted that war with Iraq because his daddy was pulled out of it, but he wanted that war with Iraq. And then we saw him fumble 9/11, and we saw him use that fumble of 9/11, if not part of it, to get his illegal war with Iraq. You could excuse the war with Afghanistan because the supposed attackers of 9/11 were in Afghanistan. The ex-CIA terrorist group, the Taliban. or Al Qaeda. But I'm sorry, Al Qaeda, Taliban is the one. But that said, the war by lack was totally illegal, and I recognize that I ran against it. I talked it down on several media posts, posting about the evils of it, when posting children in Iraq burned to the chairs by U.S. bombs. Terrible, horrible stuff. And that was corruption of a sort. It was the kind of wholesale criminal corruption of the military capital industry, where capitalism as part of it, and this thing has good points, but when it controls things, you can see how evil. I digress. I don't think there's been a point in history, in my recent history, where I could look at the GOP and said they were good people, they did their things, they had any redeeming qualities whatsoever, ever. Now, a lot of my family would disagree with that. They'll sit there and they'll praise Trump of all people. And this is not pistols. I need a pistol. Oh, you're not a pistol either, but I will replace you with this. Should I start stairs later? You know, this is typical. I need a pistol, and I'm not going to find a pistol. Here's someone firing off beam stuff. Someone has a pistol. I need that pistol, sir. Thank you. This is going to be my primary fighting weapon to laugh, and it's just, it needs 75 damage. Away from me. What is that? Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh, what the heck is this? Oh, that was weird. I lost control of my stuff there for a minute. I'm having lag. I'm being censored. The politicians are on me. You heard it, Star. Run. They're coming. They're gonna get you next. They are. They're gonna take you away. They are. Sorry. You're so cute. Why are you so cute? Can I help you? What are you yelling at me about? I don't have a bullet. You'll grab the Nerf bullet and I'll throw it for you. You've got to do half the work. You've got to find them. I don't know where they are, man. Is there one down there? I don't see one. I can't bend over like that. I have a hernia, man. I don't see it. There's no bullet down there, you liar. Grab me a bullet and I'll throw it for you, but you had to actually bring me a bullet. You come up here if you want pets, man. I'm not saying no. So, technically, to see how bad, how corrupt, how evil the Republicans have become, all you have to go is to their Twitter or Facebook pages and see what they're praising, see what they're against. It's that simple. They post their hate fully. You have the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, completely riled against immigrants. He thinks immigrants are this plague of incoming criminals that are going to infect our land with some evil foreign dictatorship. Because that's what they're going to do. They're going to leave a foreign dictatorship to install a foreign dictatorship into America. That's definitely something that's logical sounding. Man, I don't know what you want. I really don't. You were fed. You got water. That might be upstairs, actually. That lagged the hell out of the game. Fortnite, you need to fix whatever's going on with that. Oh, interjection here, by the way, just a small side thing. Make sure our stream isn't all doom and gloom. Did you all see the GTA trilogy re-release? It's actually got a full-on upgrade. It's a kind of a remake in graphical design. They keep the cartoonish quality looks of the original. Now, some people say they're too cartoonish, but I mean, I played the originals. They're pretty cartoonish. These are just basically slightly better looking models in the same design. You can tell they're regular models because the hands aren't all one piece. Where in the PS2 version they were. It looks good. You can see what appears to be ray tracing in it, real-time reflections. See, the real-time reflections are well-worked fake reflections. Looks good. It looks really good. I'm definitely picking it up. I didn't pick up the trilogy re-releases because technically I have all three games on the PS2, and the PS3 re-release was nothing more than a port. And I haven't picked... I'm unless GTA 5 comes out with an amazing graphical update that looks, and what I've seen from it right now is not impressive. I mean, it's got to blow me away. It's got to freaking blow me away how much advanced it is. I'm not going to pick up a new GTA 5. I have it twice for two systems, and it looks good on the PS Pro and PS4. So if they don't up the ante with full ray tracing graphics, full retexturing and redesigning of everything, I'm not really going to pick up GTA 5 again, most likely. I mean, I might, but I don't really want to. I'll leave it for the dogs. Ooh, purple pistol. Me and purple pistols go a long way back. I remember completing I don't remember what season it was, but it was just me, Joker, and a purple pistol. The entire match, and I got my umbrella. Yeah, you can poop all you want. Let's do what I said. Let's get to, yeah, I will pick up the GTA trilogy when it comes out eventually. It's probably going to be actually worth quite a lot, so I may have to wait on it, but hopefully I get some. But let's do what I said we're going to do. We'll check out Greg. Greg Abbott is the governor of Texas. He's a terrible person. I keep saying we can't do worse than we did before, and then we get someone worse. He's actually worse than Rick Perry. Rick Perry was known for a while as a Texas tyrant king. He's the one who helped usurp most rights of full-on democracy in Texas while he was in it, securing GOP a position even as they become a minority in Texas. So, one of Greg Abbott's most recent expeditions into terribleness was his ban his full ban on vaccine mandates. This meant not only can politicians not mandate vaccine in Texas, but let's hide in here for a while while we talk. But private companies have no rights. This usurps, of course, the amendment. This is a violation of rights of private companies. Privately owned companies should be able to mandate what they want as long as it doesn't represent a violation to the Constitution or basic law, but now it will represent a violation to... Thank you. Did you just call over the Raptors? It'll be a violation to Texas orders now, which means schools can't mandate vaccines. Now, schools have mandated vaccines for ever. You have to have certain vaccines to be able to participate in school. For the longest while, this has been law. You have to show proof of your vaccines for your kid to go to school, or proof of their vaccines. I know that just recently, as I changed schools around for my son, I had an issue because his last doctor lost a ton of the vaccine proofs that he had when they changed up the companies. So that was still law. But Greg Abbott's mandate will make it to where that's no longer law. There's no longer vaccine mandates, not just for COVID-19, but for measles and any other plague virus you usually have to get vaccines for. Even now, chickenpox, which is a relatively new vaccine and is eradicating the chickenpox virus, counts towards one of those vaccines you're supposed to have for you in school. But now it's gone. Now chickenpox is not as serious as COVID, but sure, it causes deaths and it causes a second infection called shingles that adults get later on after they're infected by the original chickenpox virus, which I, by the way, was because back in the 90s when I caught it, there was no vaccine. But it just portrays this irresponsibility as freedom that the Republican cult has come to herald. What do you think? I ran out of bullets. Let's try that. Turn into the lobby. And Greg Abbott is, of course, sitting here attacking Fauci because Fauci was responsible. He was responsible for vaccine mandates. He was responsible for helping us through COVID. He's responsible for standing up against Trump and his idiocy, which helped the plague spread. And the GOP wants to treat him as some kind of criminal for being the American and the man they can't be. Is that currently on? Do I have to be part of a team? Can only certain people come into here and do this? Guess I can't do this. Oh well. Oh, I don't like this post on Greg Abbott. October is Disability Employment Awareness Month. Greg Abbott is in a wheelchair, so he pretends to care about the disabled while mandating things against disability access. And then when it comes to employment, Texas is America's China. We have the least regulated employment in the entire country. It is true companies like to move here, because companies like to move here for the same reason they like to move to China. It's cheap labor. It's labor that can be abused with no law against us being abused. No regulation no real true regulation in payments or how poorly we're paid, other than they can't violate federal law. Of course, with this new law, we're above federal law stance they have, they could very well violate federal law all they want to and pay us, go back to paying us scraps like in the 1940s and 1950s. Not that they don't pay us scraps. I didn't even check what we need to do. Elimination with the pistol, SMG, and shotgun in the sideways. Or shotgun. So, when you go to the sideways, did we already do 3 of her? You know, I think we might be done with her, but we'll try. Then you do sideways, you need a shotgun, pistol, or SMG. Shotgun and SMG will be the best. And I don't know if by elimination it means person or if we can do monster. Unfortunately, the sideways is on coordinate, which doesn't give us a lot of area to get chests from. It's very open. This is actually absolutely a very pretty bubble what the sideways runs into. Way, we're done with that. Oh, that's the lame one. The good news is I'm pretty sure we're done. What's that? Oh, this ain't gonna hurt us. You know what? Let's just go back on the sideways and one-on-one some cube monsters with our tool. There we go. Okay, now we need to see what our next thing is going to be done, because I'm pretty sure we're done with her. Now let's head over to Governor Greg Abbott's page. It's the second page of Governor Greg Abbott is his official governor page. Of course, he's up here around lambasting veterans when Texas has some of the least best veteran care in the entire world. There's a reason for that, but why is this on? Seriously, this should be the only one going. That's weird. Let's go ahead and add all the 8s back in then. We'll do that too, just for that little bit. Oh, now it's playing the song we want? It's basic republicanism. They're anti-abortion, but they're not anti-abortion to save children. They're anti-abortion because they want to enforce a law through theocratical value. Most of them, once a child is born, they don't care. They don't want to provide help for the children. They forced to be born from their non-human fetus status of less than 6 weeks old, 6 weeks in the utero. They don't want to provide help to them to go to college, and they don't care. They honestly don't care about humans in general. They're enforced anti-abortion to enforce religious control. This goes back to evangelism. Evangelism is this sweeping white supremacist Christian religion that has taken over the South and was bolstered by Trump and his evangelist VP. And it's become a plague. It's a religious plague. It's a political plague. And it's terrible. It's terrible for the rights of human beings. It's terrible for democracy, and it's terrible for freedom. And it needs to be stood against. And people are learning that standing against it politically is doing very little. And they're rising in opposition against it. Right now, the GOP, even in Texas, are becoming a minority because people don't like them. They're a bad group of people. What do we have to do here? Collect fireflies. Collect fireflies and dive a boat. And then the bat rats? Did we not do yesterday's mission? Oh, I did. Huh. Okay. So we have more missions and we have to get the rats. Missions. I don't have enough room for it, so you're going to go away here, Gus. And we're going to go into here and look up the rats. He's right here. I am pretty sure I know where he is, but that's just in case. So like them in abortion, when it comes to veterans, they care about the military. When they're kids and they're going to war for them, when they're the war dogs, they care about the military. But once they're not part of the military, they'll sit here and pretend, but their votes and the way they pass things show just how anti-veteran they really are. They don't care about taking care of them. They want to shove them in a retirement home and say, go away, be quiet. And Enter your God here forbid that veteran's LGBTQ. Then she hits the fan. And of course, most of his posts here are about the fake crisis on the border. So currently the border not being overrun, but is being hit by Haitian refugees. Can anybody tell me why Haitians might become refugees? Maybe their entire country was destroyed by an earthquake and we have a duty to be responsible and help our neighbors? I guess if you're a compassionate person, but not if you're Republican. If you're Republican, the Haitians are invading. They're evil, they're criminals. They're coming to kill us all and steal our jobs. That's the same excuse they used against Mexican refugees. And then they stuck them into Nazi-like internment camps. Where until a public outcry had happened and video happened, they were making kids sleep all in one room, wrapping up in warm foil blankets. Now, homosexuality isn't my only goal here. I'm bisexual. I may have a boyfriend in the future if I ever decide to date again. Boy, this glider is cool. But I have transgender friends. I have a best friend who I think currently is played around with trans, so I'm going to refer them as them. They're the ones that brought me to gay clubs and made sure that I had a young adult gay experience. I missed growing up as a bisexual child. And it was fun. I always felt a little too old to go to those clubs when we went, but it was fun, and I thank you for it, Jack. And then I have an... Really? Scared the crap out of me. I have an ex-boyfriend who is now accepted herself as transgender. So I have friends. I have more than that, but those are some close friends I know that belong to the trans and cisgender group that the Republicans of Texas have been assailing and attacking ever since it wasn't okay to attack homosexuals. Well, what did the brat need us to do? Open a cash register. Okay, I think there's one over here. So our announcer are coming with some explosions. Oh, that's not far enough. If we distract them with explosions over there, maybe they won't bother us over here. How does that not set off any of the gas? Destroy couches and beds? Stupid zombie, you make me look bad. I guess Lazy Lake would be the easiest place for me to go to and find some beds in the hotel area. If we get killed, we'll just drop the clothes in or something. We need to show up. Hurry. Okay. So yeah, I'm pro-transgender. I have been for a while now. Excuse you? You want some? Where'd you go? You're gonna fire me. Don't hide. He's hiding. Governor Greg Abbott is bolstering a jobs boom, which is a little conceited, if not. Wait, what happened? Oh, I'll shut you up then. What happened is we lost a lot of jobs during COVID. I had to quit to keep himself safe. Texas allowed COVID to just completely endow the state. It's still here. COVID is still in a high percentage of Texas and Florida, and a lot of the South, because our Republicans are idiots. Irresponsible idiots. But as people need money, they're going back to the jobs, and he's calling it a job growth, a job boom, when it's not even back up to normal. All it is people going back to work because they don't have a choice, or they are falling for the foolish idea that COVID is somehow over. You are welcome to come join this chat, by the way, whether you are against or for the quantities I'm posting. As long as you're not a flamer. Pleasant sounds fine. Pleasant sounds. Oh, you know what? Screw that. We go to the hotel. The hotel's like 50 beds in it. This is technically condominium, I think, is what this is. If you aren't familiar with the condominium, Park 1%. I had a grandfather who was in oil, and for a while we'd visit a condo. And condos usually a hotel-looking place where people own a room or two, or a company owns a room or two, and you allow your top employees to stay in it. Sephiroth, you're part of the 1%? No. My granddad was. I don't really. I mean, he's helped us before, but I'm low middle class. I work for low retail. I live off mostly my money and help from closer family who are middle class. Oh gosh, this is making beds. Couches die. One more complete quest from another character. Serious. Pop tires in the vehicle sounds the easiest thing I could do. Wait, that was definitely more than they wanted from me. I need one more? Really? And now I don't remember what the other things is I had to do. Do his real quick. There's a character down here actually. Do that real quick, just get that EXP going for us. What item do you have, ma'am? Please finish 2 of them all at once. Damage opponents with a weapon of rare rarity. Someone did just shoot at me. So if you're joining us and you just turned in, we are doing a political stream. The reason being is Texas is moving to usurp the Supreme Court ruling that recognizes gay marriage, because Texas doesn't want to recognize gay marriage. It is evident that the GOP is the most American who you could have these days. There's nothing good about them. There we go. Did I kill him? I think I killed him. I guess I'm going to play this under version. I have become an Uzi fan lately. I don't know why. I never used to like to run the Uzis. Does this count as emoting your wildlife? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I just thought that technically its wildlife is dead. Bot. Make you look bad. Oh wait, it was looking at me, it was a bot, sorry. If you see my screen, that's sorry. You know bot. I can do this. This is my believer beach. It is now haunted by Willow. No one else shall have it. Should get some attention. Oh, we're going this way. Oh, I'm supposed to collect fireflies, right? Does that count? That doesn't count, right? Yeah. So, let's go to the Texas House of Representatives, the evil people who posted that to Tim Paxton. It seems they're bolstering some of their criminals. State Representative Carl Sherman, Eddie Morales, Brooks Leidengraf, Johnson. These are just press releases they're releasing for some reason. Let's hit Sherman and see what happens. Wow, their page is pretty much garbage. You don't get. Not all of this is Republicans, by the way. So, oh, this is the House of Representatives. This isn't only Republicans. Oh yeah, I get it. Then just go to Kim Paxton's two main pages. We are now in the Texas Attorney General page. This is official, though not quite earned and definitely not deserved, position as the Texas Attorney General. As said before, Kim Paxton holds Texas Attorney General mostly so he doesn't get charged for the crimes he's being charged with federally. He's a federal criminal, and he, just like we couldn't charge a Donald Trump with any of his crimes while he's president, in Texas, they've made it to where you can't really charge politicians with their crimes in certain positions, powers, such as governor or apparently Texas General. There are ways around this, but you know, the representatives would have to be for it, and the representatives are just as much as I'm told. While at it, ammo, because I am out of SMG ammo. Right then. Okay, whatever. Grab some of this. We need to grab some fireflies. If y'all see fireflies, let me know. More ammo. Ammo out of the ship. I sense a lot of stuff out of the ship. There's treasure chests all in the middle of it. Sorry, I'm listening right now. We're in the middle of the ship. It's super noisy in here, especially this close to an alien area. So, sometimes you can't tell the difference between the ship noises and a car coming at you. I don't know if that was a bot or a person, but thank you for your contributions, whoever you were. Let's get out of here before the storm takes us. I haven't seen a, what are they called? The Watchers? The Protectors? The Guardians? Whatever. I haven't seen them walking around. The Observer. It's like Watcher or Observer, but I can't remember the name. I've been fighting plenty in the Horde. I need to do more Horde missions here in a minute. Once we're done with daily missions. I'll keep playing till 11 or 12, give or take 3 or 4 hours. We'll do some Horde missions. The Horde missions will get my blood pumping. Oh, this is a kicker. The very first pin tweet you see is, while Biden admin continues to ignore federal law, Texas communities are left with burdensome cost of illegal immigration. I'm going to post something. This is... I'm saying this, and I'm not pulling punches, I'm saying this is shite, considering your Texas Republican garbage pile of representatives are attempting to usurp my life. Okay, so this is shite. Considering your Texas Republican garbage pile of representatives are to assert my rights to marriage because I'm not straight, which, as of 2015, is federally constitutionally recognized. Oh, no, I hit the button and I'm stuck spinning. Then Twitch is like, you sure you want to post this? There's a curse word on there. Not Twitch, I'm Twitter. That's Twitter. Let's see what some replies to this anti-immigration shit is. So there's usually people who are more intelligent than I am, just tearing through these evil, corrupt, ignorant, hate-filled politicians of the right. It is so apparent that these people are no longer the majority, and the fact that they hold control still is nothing more than a crime. I think I got all, nothing less than a crime. I think I got all the fireflies I needed. I just like black fireflies. Did he not even notice I ducked in here? Where'd he go? From where? Oh. Caught in the middle. Yeah, purple burst. That's all. We're trying to lobby and see what we got here before we take on the evil Texas Attorney General. Name is Kim Paxton. So this is continuing. Oh, that's right. We're going to check out the actual people of Texas's replies to him. I won't name names here. Of course, you have mine. Then you have, I don't know who this is. Wrong, Kenny. 99% of immigrants are not criminal drug dealers. They are honest, hardworking people who cross the border because they have jobs here given to them by U.S. employers who, contrary to U.S. laws, hire migrants. These employers are the lawbreakers who benefit. Punish them. And a hateful person who I will mention names also is Miss Strong says it doesn't matter that they are criminals. Not criminals, it matters that they're taking jobs away from Americans. So unless you're willing to fund their immigration, you need to step back. In other words, it doesn't matter that it's the Republican corporations that are breaking the law and not the actual immigrants. It matters that we don't want them here, is what she's saying. The person says, punish U.S. employers who illegally hire undocumented workers. It has been proven time and time again that when jobs for migrants dry up, migrants return home on their own. And then the same hateful Mrs. Strong says, it's not true. They want pastors to stay here. Do your homework, and while you're at it, see if you can do for homeless veterans. Because, you know, we just proved Republicans love veterans. Someone posted just a clown post. We have a guy here. Isn't ignoring federal law while you have 3 court cases pending against you? Can't wait to see you at trial. Okay, our last mission for today, or regular, is going to be drive a boat. For the weekly, we need to remember to thank the bus driver. God, I forget to do that every time. So we just need to get on and drive a boat. After we do that, we'll head over to Ford. We'll try to continue this while doing the more extreme Ford, but I have to finish the Horde trials because I am very close to the back bling, and I think the big one that's going to take about 2 weeks to finish, is a Cube Queen's extra skin, which I 100% want. If not the Cube Queen's skin itself, I don't know how that works. Maybe you can only get her if you finish this, which would be actually quite shite considering that'd be like the battle. That makes me, sometimes what they do on the battle pass makes me feel like they forget we pay for the battle pass, and though we work hard, some of us have jobs, and we can't quite get the whole thing. That's why I've started purchasing my way into the battle pass with the extra percentage each beginning of the battle pass. Now, I usually won't buy beyond that, unless I just happen to have some extra V-Bucks laying around and nothing I won't use them on. But yeah, makes me feel like they don't. Now, boats. Actually, the best place we could go drive a boat would probably be that one ridge area. That is right there. This is going to be the best place to find a boat. Yeah, I know a lot of Europeans, and some of y'all have probably harder laws against homosexuality and like Middle Eastern countries, and some of y'all don't have this trouble, like maybe the UK or something. So I hope these kind of streams help educate you in the foreign policy of America and the trouble we're going through. All because a corrupt person became president. I know UK has its issues. It has Boris Johnson. He's basically like British Trump. Yeah, I just don't think he's as well. He may be as business connected. I don't know if he's as terrible as business. Let's go on through these replies. And what federal law are they ignoring? He says, one person. Why is our Attorney General not in jail? Are you really the person to talk about ignoring the law? I mean, 3 felony indictments and all. Look as for this Biden as illegitimate leader who took over illegally retort to increase as Republicans' own authoritarian takeover plans develop for analysis of this fake news GOP talking point. October 21st, an official named Bender, he said, no big deal. Just the Texas Attorney General out here claiming Trump won the 2020 election and that Biden's presidency amounts to be overthrown. My God, if you back republicanism, you back authoritarianism, you back hate, you back racism, you back everything. I can't think of a good reason for anybody to currently, at this point, back what is less a GOP is nothing but a conservative cult now. Conservatives have always been evil since before any of us were born. Conservatives were the Democrats during the Civil War. Conservatives were anti-civil rights. They were the people hanging black people from the trees during the civil rights era in the 60s. And they're the anti-LGBT brigade. There is nothing good about conservatives. There never has been. And now they have overthrown what was left of the Republican Party that Lincoln once helped create. and made this just terrible, I don't know what you want to call it, but terrible party of hate. We're done with main missions. We're going to play here for a bit, then we'll go on to the Horde. The Horde might slow down the talking a bit because some of it requires concentration, especially on the fly. Raven, you're new. I can't do anything from you, but you give out pumpkin launchers. Oh, there you go. Raven, you're now mine. No one else can get pumpkin launchers. I just noticed that, like, at least 2 of the Halloween skins, this and the mummy, you can hire. And, they both have pumpkin launchers, which can both be a blessing and a curse. If you're building up and all of a sudden, boom, comes pumpkin launcher, it's not great. Keep it up, dude. Just run this way. And the one thing, while we're going to get sidetracked here on speech for Java Epic, one thing Epic was supposed to do and I haven't seen yet is NPCs in cars. I mean, to make it to where follower NPCs can get in a car with you. It should be, if GTA can do it, Fortnite can do it. They should be able to just have coding that allows them to enter the vehicle when the player is entered and exit the vehicle when the player is exited. He's getting away. But get away. You let him get away. A cuddle team dead person. How's Graven? Graven, what are you doing? Back me up. Man, I don't know what to keep. I guess I'll keep this for now. Gabriel, where are you going? Oh, you're dead. I will notice Craven's not doing much as far as helping me goes. Interesting. So you hear nothing? Nope, I don't need to do that. Load it. I talk to you and buy stuff from you now. Woo, you left. Oh, man. Well, his aim to do some work. Did he just kill himself? Congratulations, sir. Could also use some work. Gosh darn bird. Wasting my bullets with hope. While we're waiting for the storm to come down on us. So Texas Attorney General's second post is great morning toward the border entry of El Paso, where he's lambasting a bunch of racist border patrol agents and people forced into his racist actions against the not illegal immigrants, into the abusing refugees. That's all it is, and it's not something I'm not going to say it isn't. Because it's what it is. It's just racist being racist. And he's abusing his power over official stations to promote his racism. There's something up here that's green. I want to see what it is. Anything important? Nope. I think I'm a little high. Oh, thank God the fence got me. Thank God I don't believe. We're coming down on the cube. Very nice. The cubes are in here, by the way. These little outlined white things are actually the cubes. We aren't able to tell which is which. They all appear to be similar, the same size. The only one with its own distinct look would be the Queen's Cube. This is now officially the Queen's Cube. My Midas theory was blown out of the water. Everything loaded? Everything loaded. I saw what I saw. Oh, phew. Little butt. You think I won't backtrack? I was hoping to hear those both and then go get up. Okay, that is it for the main mode. We are now going to the Horde. We are at almost 2 hours only. Huh. Oh, we've been here for longer. Let's see what our stars allow us to do. Guess what? I don't think I thanked the bus driver again. I didn't. I need to do that. It's such an easy weekly mission. So the Horde. Horde. Okay, I guess so. I need to do 13 more missions, and just a little more things. My missions, I can't see the missions. It started too early. Let's see what people say underneath this post of him lambasting the officials he's corruptly using to promote his racism and anti-immigrant. There's my post, where it says it's time to stop the GOP, and then it shows Data Scare. Well, let's read the rest of Data Scare's thing. Data Scare is the one who shared the Texas House Representatives October 19th message. How long until Texas puts a 10,000 bounty on the head of anyone who aids or abets anyone engaging in the right to marry? As you know, Texas had recently put a bounty that officially could only be placed by hateful citizens on the heads of anyone who practiced his rights to abortion. This made it to where Texas couldn't say people couldn't say Texas was violating their rights because it was basically people doing it. It was some kind of corrupt little loophole. So the idea is that here they could go, put a bounty on people who gay marry because it's not legal in Texas, but they don't officially become involved in the anti-gay activity, so you can't say the state itself is violating our rights. And the idea that might happen is proven that it can happen by what they've already done with the abortion thing, so it's scary. Maybe one day I'll find me a guy to marry and we'll become maybe the best relationship ever, and then suddenly I go marry him and suddenly I have a 20,000 bounty and a lawsuit on my head because I married my lover. Minute 18 to gather supplies and stuff. German shot pot, I'm no good with that. Sorry, that hurt me. I think I'm too tense because of the thing this morning. I woke up tense. Bad wake-up call, huh? And now those muscles tighten there and I upset it. But on the second, I go get that fixed, hopefully. Nothing gets in my way. I have a history of things getting in my way, of things that have happened. Okay, got this real quick. Okay, let's hold there for a minute. So, if we get through this, I should have the back room. This should be the last one to the back room. And then all I have to do is focus on my missions. I don't even know what my missions are this time. That mission is definitely easy. Yeah, no, I'll stick with the sideways rifle. I think I'm gonna stick with the sideways rifle unless I see team killers. Ooh, I'm back against the wall. Need ammo. That's funny to save this. Thinking right now, you always do. Oh, I backed into a cube. The problem is the missions in this mode take forever to complete. Thank goodness. Okay, so now we gather stuff. Maybe upgrade our rifle if we get enough cubes. Replace this with this. So I recommend when you're on the move, by the way, that you carry some kind of sub that can be whipped out really fast and just shoot, and some kind of and this clingers. Clingers are amazing. Attach them, run away. Also, on the second run, it may help to have a. Oh, here we go. I'm actually gonna try this with this. Shadow floppers are great for the second run because in the second run, you'll end up with ice monsters, and the ice monsters will devastate you and your party. So, head forward. The best thing to do during this is to dodge. Dodge as much as you can, don't waste your bullets. Try not to entrap yourself. Try to take care of the dangerous ones from far away. When you're in your first mode, there isn't too much in dangerous ones. You might get some exploders, I think, and get some gas-ish ones. But in the end, it's not. Hello, they're getting better at aiming, by the way. This is what you need to use. Hi guys. Now they're stuck behind that thing. A good note is that deep water is their allergy. If you can swim up deep water, it is a nice thing to have. I don't know where I was aiming with that. The clingers are good for it, but you gotta run. Otherwise it'll hurt yourself. Running in circles seems to confuse them pretty good. Albeit, I think their aim has been improved. I don't remember them being this well at aiming the last 2 times I played. Run, 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 run. What did I just throw? Oh my god, I should do my pedal flopper. I'll do that. Whew. Okay, so in the second round, you will be facing the Cube Assassin. The Cube Assassin will come out of one of the cube areas. The best thing you can do is get high. And not in the Rocky Mountains. If you don't get that joke, you're not as old as I am. Or older. Especially probably an older joke. Just had parents who were fans of him. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to do this if you have a chance. Now you have an even tougher rifle. Okay, so you want to figure out where the assassin is pretty early on and fight her from a decent distance where she can't reach you. And there she is. Mark her. The one thing about her gun is she's using the seems like just me and her right now. I can distract her, then is she dead? Did she just die? Oh no, she teleported. There she is, she's dead. Yeah, there's a chest up here. Woo. All in all, the shotgun bullets are useless everywhere else but here. So feel free to waste them in areas like this. After this, you really won't be using the shotgun to save your other bullets. You'll need your rifle for the final battle. I only have 161 ammo on that right now. And you'll need your bombs in there easy to make it to the next one. Now, I saw someone who said the sky-based strategy I use can be done from the beginning of the game, but I have two problems with that is, where do you get your... Excuse my cough. Where do you get your materials from, and how can you finish your missions if you're doing that? Okay, got mass clingers. I have one shadow in case I have an emergency to do suit ice people. Don't, like, tell me you're giving them and not giving. Oh, grenade launcher would probably be a good one to be great with it, actually. Okay, you want material. That's one thing you want at the end there. It's material. Material and bullets. If you don't have material and you don't have bullets, you're in the bad. Now, I'm going to say Uzi's probably the best thing to go with here on the run, but it wouldn't hurt to maybe hit... Oh, we're down this way. Oh. That's not exploding. You have to also be careful with the exploding ones. They're kind of rare. Not a really treat. Oh god, there was an ice one. The best thing you can do with the ice ones is take care of them as soon as possible. You see them, shoot them. The other ones you can dance around. The ice ones you need to shoot. And of course, if you get stuck going down a hill, eat your emergency. Whether it be a rift, a pedal flopper. Oh, that hurt me. Too close. I do this. I know I missed it, but one. And this is when I shadow block. 1 minute 2. I should be able to shadow almost 2 at a time if not stay on it. Look at me. Maybe this is on me and after the other guy. Oh god. Two, one, and good. Okay. There isn't a lot of build here, but there's a house. We can build around the house. The house is big. Now you want to build like I did. Attach the separate anchor points in case one of them get destroyed. And then be very careful not to lure him back to your anchor point, but give you room to move around. You can aim at him when he's trying to chase you. I like to do this. they're on bandage. Ooh, that was loud. So we should have finished the backbling thing, right? That should be it. Let's see. So let's read a little more of what came from beta. Yep, there it is. Zombie blackbling. Who should we give that to? Zombie zombified. Do I have a zombie? Do I even have a zombie? In my locker. I don't think I have a zombie out of all the types of things I have. It might match his. I kind of like his back bling though. We'll get the one with fish sticks actually. Fish sticks, your continue backbling. That was a backbling, right? There it is. Reactive. I can taste its thoughts. They're tomatoey. By the way, something I forgot to show y'all, by the way. Let's go ahead and save this. Now let's load up, or we'll just go to item shop for this. Something I didn't show y'all is Chris, read this with me. Mention incident survivor and boulder enthusiast. They're never going to let his boulder punching days live on. I mean, live. They're never going to forget it. He punched a boulder and it's now who he is. Okay. So with that, we are done with that. We need to thank the bus driver a whole bunch of times because I keep reading through that. And we need to complete 24 rush quests. My current quests are open chests, collect 4 multipliers, and deal damage. Those are not terrible quests, actually. We are at 9:45 on the second hour. Let's take a minute to read through what data scares sent us. It'd be nice if all the highly paid and respected blue checks on here who post screens against cancel culture would use their platforms to comment upon Texas' attempt to explore, overcurtail, and force LGBTQ Texans into legal uncertainty. The only way to stop the Texas GOP from their ongoing destruction is by electing Texas Democrats, which is true. They supposed to donate to Texas Democrats. It's like, yeah, feel free to donate to them. If you aren't Texan, you can't vote here, you can still donate to our politicians. We're still a capitalist country, we're a super capitalist state. If they become the more wealthy of the party, they become the more respected, and they can override the GOP, which currently is winning despite holding likely minority popularity. Yes, this letter specifically refers to whether individuals in Texas have to recognize same marriage as valid. But it doesn't matter from a legal perspective because that question was settled by Obergefell. This directly contradicts the Supreme Court precedent, which means that what this allows people to do is allows individuals to not recognize same-sex marriage despite it being law of the land, because it isn't considered law of Texas land, because corrupt GOP politicians. What this means is, let's say I find the one. It's a he. We get married. Then we go to somewhere and they're like, let's say we have Davis again. Davis was the person who didn't recognize same-sex marriages and refused to hand out same-sex marriage licenses. Now she's allowed. Now those evil people are allowed to do that because Texas law says they don't have to recognize our marriage. Let's say we go to a hotel and we're willing to pay out for our after-wedding stuff. I forgot what that's called. What's it called when you go on vacation after a wedding, a week out? Honeymoon. Let's say we go on our honeymoon. But then the organizations and then they go, oh no, sorry, we're canceling your order because you guys are gay and we don't recognize your marriage is illegal here and this is only a marriage suite. Y'all could have the $20 room down on the bottom floor. It's got a few roaches in it, you know. That's what's allowed. Is going to be allowed here in Texas. He goes on to say, I am terrified, sad, and upset about the states that will follow this, like Georgia or Florida, the states run by evil Republicans. I'm not going to go back on saying they're evil. They are evil. This is vile. This is hateful. This is pure evil. This is also why the housing affordability in places like California is a LGBTQ rights issue. We can't say all people are welcome here. The median home costs over $800,000. Building more housing now makes more Californians, and yes, that is an issue. In some places, LGBTQ are more welcome, like in California, where hateful shitheads don't run the place. It's too expensive, and there's different reasons it's too expensive. Texas is so cheap in housing because we just allow unregulated housing. We allow unregulated deforestation. We allow cheap labor. We are the China of the U.S. So everything here is cheap to help keep a cheap labor force, to keep a middle and lower class, so that the very few 1%ers get to live at a high in here while we struggle here at the bottom, but are able to at least afford houses in some meandering way. And that's how Texas runs. That's why it's so cheap here. So somehow we have to figure out how to make housing more cheap, more affordable without destroying the environment, and without giving up our rights, and without turning a state into American China. Someone posts in the latter half, the second paragraph, it talks about how federal law can't supersede state law. Isn't it the opposite? A federal law would indeed overrule a state one. Then someone says, here's a more precise answer. Obergefell held that home marriage is a fundamental right guaranteed by 14A. Therefore, the state law bans are unconstitutional. The assertion that state law trumps here is to use legalese bullshit, which is kind of typical for Republicans. So in other words, what this guy posted, well, the first one posted that federal law can override state law can override federal law, which is the argument Texas is making backwards. The second person here says that because the fundamental right is guaranteed by 14A, which is the 14th Amendment, which is a constitutional amendment, the state law bans are unconstitutional, which means that state law is not legal anyway. An unconstitutional law is not a legal law. No matter how much the evil, vile Republicans want it to be a law, is unconstitutional, it's not allowed to be law. But the problem is, these Republicans are attacking the 14th, and the moment they make it to where you don't have to follow the 14th Amendment, anti-racism, anti-LGBT, anti-atheism, or religious laws come into play, and suddenly we have this civil divergence between the conservative Confederate idiots and Americans that want America to be more progressive. And we have this aggression, and we have these politicians pushing it for their evangelists, for their haters, for their racists, and we have politicians and good politicians trying to fight against it. And yes, it looks like the Republicans are pushing for a second civil war. They keep lambasting a second civil war. They want a civil uprising of haters to take over people. They are super pissed that their white supremacist president can get a second term. They wanted their idiot version of Hitler to win again. Yeah. Someone posted this SpongeBob meme. Hey Patrick, what am I now? Oh, stupid? No, I'm Texas. What's the difference? Someone posted, hey Texas, Brown versus Board of Education would like a word. While Brown established the racial integration of the schools, it was done via the 14th. Same with Obergefell. This directly contests the you can't make us part. Brown 2 says yes, they can and they should. So in other words, the Brown versus Board of Education says, hey, hate the Republicans, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Someone says, God, every piece of news about Texas just makes it worse. Why would you choose to live here? Because I was raised here, and if you're in Texas, it's very difficult to make enough money to move out of Texas because you live on cheap land with cheap housing, and you live in lower middle class to low class wages, and with only the 1%ers actually making something worth a damn. And the Republicans think, oh yeah, we got cheap housing without realizing they're being screwed, and the ones that want to get out realize they can't get out because they can't afford it. So we're trapped here. We can't leave. We can't immigrate out. If we immigrate out, we are suddenly the poorest people in the state. We basically risk homelessness. We can't afford a lot of other states' housing or apartments or anything, really. Even we have to go in, we have to somehow get a job in those states, and we have to somehow make enough money to somehow get us housing right away. And without some kind of help and some kind of resource, that's near impossible. Believe me, if I could move me and my son out of the state, and there wasn't also the legal issue of sharing him holding me back, and we could just go, and I could afford it, I would go. Texas is awful. I would leave this stupid state ASAP to a place that wouldn't attack me for the fact that I like guys, that wouldn't attack my friends for the fact that they're Mexicans or the black, or maybe they're from Haiti, or maybe they're Arabic. I would go for a much better state than Texas has ever been and ever will be until we get rid of the GOP. Texas can become better, but we have to make better people. We have to put better people in the office. Someone says, is it possible to find an entire state government in contempt of court? The more I learn about Texas, the greater my motivation to avoid it at all costs. So anyway, we're back to the original Texas Avid post where he was lambasting the greatness of protecting the border from non-threatening immigrants, because he's a white supremacist piece of shit. Is it a surprise you recognize the U.S. borders given that you don't recognize the U.S. election results? Hey Ken, how's that whistleblower lawsuit going? Are they being overrun like the Capitol Police were? The answer is no. America here. I've not been suffering because of POTUS policies. Someone says GFY. Good for you. Thank you for found out. Hater. So you were lying when you said the border was open. Frontliners are border mayors. Why don't we hear more from officials who are elected? Because the issue at the border isn't an issue, and we just have racist government here in Texas trying to make it into an issue. Why don't you work on some ethical issues faced in the state daily? There's a ton of nepotism in oil, medicine, etc. Thus, I'm sure are judgmental and unfair. Do something that matters for Texas and Texans that helps their lives, not follow your boys. We broke huge news about Louis DeJoy this week. The United States Postal Service seriously mismanaged DeJoy's conflicts of interest from the start and tried to cover it up. Someone posted, "Where's the massive prices? Where are all the people jumping over the wall from South America?" There's no prices. It's all fake. Someone says, "Legalize weed for Texans. Tax revenues of $1 billion for the first year alone. What are we waiting for?" And then another person posted, "Him and his boys aren't sure how they'd make money off of it and hide it from the public yet, since they are wholesome, honest Christians." A person posted, a hater named as Guillermo William Hayward roasted, "You're like Venezuela, no gas, fuel, food, services, products, and rods in the sea. Fight and stop Trump's economy, production is exporter of oil." All this is bullshit, by the way. Just slow walk transports of imports to the anyway by sea, boats, trucks, and trains. That's all a load of horseshit. Someone else posted beyond him. Someone who's a proud veteran said, "You ever been to Venezuela?" "I have. Don't speak about what you don't actually know." And that's the thing about Republicans, they post these racist things and they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. 2 days ago, Tech in Paxton had a lawsuit against the Biden administration in El Paso, but they follow the law and get Texans relief they desperately need, which is bullshit because there's no law being not followed. God, I hate Republicans so much. But then we go to a more interesting page, and that would be Ken's page, his own. Attorney General Ken Paxton. Let's go back in here and so what we got to do. We need to open chests, collect wires, and damage enemies. Where are we at? We're at the 2.5 hour. We got about half to 1 hour. I think I'll run one more hour. He reposts a news from Newsmax, which is a Republican propaganda station. Fox News started this. Now there's a billion. It says it's not a crisis, it's a catastrophe. He needs to get down there and show some damn leadership. When they're posting a bunch of videos of empty borders with no crisis actually happening, which is hilarious. Basically just going to focus all somewhere else. This is racism and the border. Nothing about his hateful representatives posting anything. We'll see where that leads. I'll keep y'all updated on it. I'll tell you what happens to me and my LGBT friends and family. But here's the fact. If you're American, you can't vote Republican. They're not Republican, they're GOP, and GOP is anti-American. There's no argument for them. If you vote Republican, you vote against me, you vote against my friends, you vote against LGBTQ, you vote against our rights, you vote against people who aren't white. The only reason to currently vote for the right is because A, you're white supremacist, B, you're anti-gay, or anti-trans, or anti-insert whatever here, or C, ignorance. And ignorance is really no longer an excuse because you can see, what is this creepy graph? You can see what's happening. You're being told what's happening. You can't just plug your ears anymore and go la la la. I don't know. Because you do know. Right now, ignorance is no longer an excuse. You know what you're voting for. This is a definite us or them section. If you vote Republicanism, you vote them in on purpose, knowing full well what they stand for. And you can't say things like, oh, but they're anti-abortion. They don't care about kids. They're anti-abortion to secure your vote, and that's it. But when it comes to helping kids, they don't care. Whoop. This is better. I don't have an Uzi, which is troublesome. I usually prefer an Uzi. Ah, there we go. Uzi. Good. Got me an Uzi. Now, I want to probably stick using the shotgun in this mode. We just need to finish quests now, which is damage, score multipliers, and chests. So basically, all I don't even have to do these missions anymore. Doesn't matter. Unless I have one of those skill regimes. Or the watcher, or whatever they're called. We're gonna focus on damage. Damage doing music finished. Okay, now I need 4 multipliers and open chest. Oh, score multiplier right there. Let's grab it. Not sure what number we're on, but we'll see here in a minute. 5 is 6. One more and we're done with that. I think there's 4 multipliers, which will look like glowing red beacons of light. Glowing pink beacons of light. I can tell colors, I swear. Hello guys, bye-bye guys. Who built the fort? Eat it, please. We've done enough. 2 down. Cool. Open chests is the last thing I need to do, so I need to pay attention for chests. Finger, easy weapons. Take this. Launcher. How'd they get up there? Oh. Apologies for the cough. Those many people, I thought it would. Holy cow. Ah. There it is. Man, there is something in there today. Hello. Oh, I just shot myself. Oh, dang, where'd she go? Freaking teleported. I lost somebody. And down I go. Hey, but if we died quick, don't do that. Okay then. I think this round we'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and fight the boss on ground level, see how long it lasts. I know it's not the winning strategy, but hopefully others know what the winning strategy is. Oh, I didn't get any kind of mobile thing for getting out of the storm as the ice people hit me. Just. Okay, we're not heading to a good looking spot out here. Maybe we'll head to the region woods, like cabins, that'll be better. There's one area where you can fight where there's like nothing to anchor to. It's not good to get to one anchor. I got 1 minute to survive. Just me. I want to get away from he's a lot more intimidating when you're down here. For the chest. Where'd that spike trap go? Ooh, don't pay attention to me. Ooh, pay attention to me. Oh, those taters have to be food. That hurt a lot, actually. I'll do that again. Oh, he got me. We got new missions, I'm assuming? Excuse me, sorry. Some of the air today has made me super grungy. Collect score multipliers again. Eliminate enemies. An open chest. That should be good. Okay, what are we on time, guys? We're gonna drop in one more time before we take off for the day. Who set something on fire? Oh, okay then. That was on fire. Here's the chest. Oh, actually, I didn't hear that. Just see a chest over here near a crashed truck. I don't think it exists anymore. I do know one chest most people don't know about. I don't know why no one knows this one exists. I guess it's not obvious unless you go up to it. Okay, that was the one thing I was missing. 1,500 kills is gonna take a few days, I think. Oh goodness, crap. Oh, I'm dead. Not. I survived somehow. See if we can rescue ourselves some health. Drop my sub. Weird. LAS, flat. And I guess just take up a regular grenade because I don't see any of those in this one of these. Honestly, I don't see anything else. They usually look for some clingers, but there are no clingers. We'll get some on the go. Hello, Zerm. Welcome to the stream. Oh, we're going this way. Oops, got ahead of the storm there. Fucking trophy. Oh no, we're in the middle of nowhere. This is the worst place. This is the place I was talking about. There's no anchoring points, no hiding spots. Luckily, I have this quite OP weapon. Hopefully, it saves me. There's a house up here, but actually, oh, we're not in the usual place I am. We're in the farm. I don't think I've ever actually. We're just gonna get the heat of battle here with this tool and hope it helps us. Where are you going? Okay, I gotta be careful with the gas ones. The gas ones are killing me. One. Can I have this? Or you're gonna have it. Can I have it? You're gonna have it? Can I have it? Does that matter? Yeah, it's not. She didn't stop me. Oh, you can craft up the side. Okay. So cube pieces can be used to craft up the side. I don't think the scythe is going to be much good against a certain boss, but it'll be awesome on the march through. And I've got a rift just in case. I almost did it. I guess I'm flying the rest of the way there. I got knocked out of the sky, which I didn't know could happen, by the way. Got about 133 left. I'm probably gonna land before we hit it, but we should be okay. Don't see any explodies near me. I should be able to take on these guys. That was a terrible fight. That was a terrible place for the storm to lead us. It was a big old trap. There was like nowhere to go up. Okay, this is an interesting place. Where's he gonna launch is the question. I should be able to take care of the cube zombies fine. Oh, I don't know what that is. Wow, that hurt. see if they can stay up the sky bases. I don't know if she's high enough. She may be. So we watch them. This is going to be our last drop-in for the morning. We'll watch them over our next 2 days. I did post a schedule on Twitter and Facebook, in case y'all haven't seen that. So it looks like we may be able to stream a little Tuesday morning around 9 a.m. like usual. Thursday the same. And it looks like Thursday evening we may try to finish off the Undertale stream. We need to get in, we need to finish it out, so we need to do it last time. This time we have to do it. Because we're at the end, we need to finish it up. On Friday morning we can probably do a little, and then Friday evening if we haven't finished out Undertale, we may quit it. Or if we did finish out Undertale, we may go for the finale of episode 7. Maybe, because I don't know how long it'll take. Oh, we died. Did I finish any of the stuff that we had to go in and do? The Saturday and Sundays are not likely because, actually, Saturday's a no, because Saturday I have early mornings. So Sundays a maybe, but probably not likely. So those are the days I'll be streaming this week. And that's all I have for right now until this upcoming Friday. What do we got doing on this? Oh, we didn't get any spore multipliers. Chests are on third of the way done. And the eliminate enemy is going to be pretty hard. We'll work on it. I'll be working on it off stream too, when I'm playing for fun of it. But I guess the next time I'll see y'all is likely Tuesday morning. I hope y'all have a good week. Peace and out. That ain't the right button.